So I was listening to James Lindsay. Some people, yeah, he was being interviewed by Jordan Peterson like couple weeks ago or so, and he had mentioned something because he was talking about the woke right, and he's been being brutally attacked about this, and some from bot farms, but even people that were friends of his, and I'm not sure. I'm trying to understand his definition of the woke right, but I've referred to the right that has their own agenda that really isn't America aligned, and I think he has a different view of what the woke right is, but because he has a channel, the New Discourse, and I've said before, he's the best person to go to understand woke. It's a total Marxist ideology. I mean, in every way, it's all part of that DEI stuff. But what struck me he had mentioned something because him and Jordan Peterson were talking about all the bot accounts, like the bot farms on X. And Jordan Peterson was saying it's like these psychopaths, just being created in the machine. Because they're just so horrible. And yet they're these invisible psychopaths in the machine. Just all these bot farms. And so Lindsay said something like, yeah, something should be done about it. And they both had said that. And then James Lindsay said something about, I wonder if Space Force monitors or could do anything about, he said could do anything about that. And that was the extent of it. But as soon as he said that, I'm like, yeah, we don't hear about Space Force. Trump implemented that in his first term, and we don't hear about it much. So I'm like, I'm going to look it up. So the U.S. Space Force is responsible for organizing, training, and equipping personnel to protect U.S. and allied interests in space and to provide space capabilities to the joint military forces. Its missions include defending U.S. assets in space, such as satellites, against a potential threat or attack, operating and managing satellite systems that provide GPS, secure communications, weather data, and missile warnings for military and civilian use, monitoring and tracking space debris and objects to prevent collisions and protect critical infrastructure in orbit, supporting global military operations by enabling navigation surveillance and early warning missile launches, ensuring the U.S. maintains freedom of operation in space and can access and use space as needed. In summary, the Space Force secures U.S. interests in, from, and to space, supporting both defense and everyday life on Earth. So, yeah, I wonder if obviously it's for that, but I wonder if they monitor it all. Because otherwise, like this karma check that I keep bringing up, the way these companies have gotten around that they can just disrespect America's values, and we really as a country need to have better standards. Like, do you really want, I don't care how much money the tech giants think they can make, or any private organization, when you're going to be so blatantly incompetent first that you lose 3 drug screens, and let's face it, that's outright targeting because you have DEI in place. It has nothing to do, because when you do a urine drug screen, that's a secure process. Like, it shouldn't just go missing in transit, is my point. And then to do 3 of them, and yet there's nothing. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And then to have the last 2 that I did that were rapids, and the first rapid I did was on Monday, and then on Friday I had to go again, and it was supposed to be within 2 hours. That means you should be getting a call if they have questions, or your employer should be calling you, and nothing with any of them. So and the thing is, Karma Check is just AI. The amount of bullshit emails I get from them, and you never can get them on the phone. It's fully AI run. However, and then everybody that heads up their organization, as I showed in my other video, they're all like, maybe they came here as children, okay, but they're all foreigners in my opinion, because they don't really respect our values. And that's what I mean. We should not want companies, I don't care how rich they can make America, if they have to do it on the backs of hurting American citizens, then we should have better standards and be like, you know what, take your business somewhere else. We really don't want it here. We want people that will respect our values and actually want to hold our values up and not target American citizens. We need to have better standards, yeah. We just should. We should be a little snobby about that kind of stuff. You know, I mean, why have these deadbeats like Karmachek? I mean, who wants to be tied to them? But I think even the people that have put the AI in place, and I think a lot of these guys heading up these companies think, well, it's AI doing it. Yeah, so all the people that put these AI things in place that end up targeting individuals, everybody that put them in place needs to be held accountable. So I just wonder, you could see that given what the ability Space Force has, that they maybe monitor all private companies so that you can get rid of all these people one day. I mean, you know, like, it's time for you to go. Because if you're going to target our American citizens, if you're going to target our way of life, we don't want you here, right? I don't want them here. I don't. Or they can go to jail because, I mean, if you're so incompetent that you lose 3 drug screens, I mean, then we really shouldn't be utilizing AI at all, huh? No, but what they've done is they just, you know, they program their AI to prevent me from starting this job. So it's absolutely ridiculous, all of it. But I wonder if that's why, you know, when Trump got in, you remember all the tech giants from Silicon Valley were warming up to Trump, and it's like, and you know, he knows what dirtbags they are. He does. I would take their money though too. I would, to put it for defense and stuff for America. I'd totally take their money. Yeah, give me as much as you got. I would. That said, you know, the people that think that they're monitoring everybody should really consider, or maybe they do and they just think nobody knows what they're up to, but they should really consider that they're maybe being monitored. I would say probably every private company is at this point, given how many of them are still utilizing DEI. So DEI is disgusting. It's disgusting. It's not what people think it is. It's right out of Karl Marx's agenda, and it's the reason they targeted me. They either targeted me because I'm a biological female, because that's possible. You know, you got the boys club there. I mean, they're all just a big boy. All those venture capitalists, big boys club. It is, you know, big YMCA going on. Just saying. So you have that. So it could be because I'm a biological woman. Or it could be because of the color of my skin, because DEI discriminates against both biological women. Oh, so I got 2 against me, really, you know, because, you know, damn, you know, so now we know why 3 drug screens went missing. But I think somebody sees all of it. I do, not just on social media. I think it's all recorded, and they get all of them, and that includes your Karmachek. And anybody that wants to be tied to this garbage company, it's like, they're trash. They're total trash. Like, and if you want to be tied to them and you have their same value system, then we should question your, you know, like, really, we have to have better standards as Americans. Think about other countries, like, really, like Europe, like the French. The French are very, you know, like, you know, they have a standard. Like, yeah, there wouldn't hurt Americans to start having a standard, most especially when it comes to AI and the technology and all the venture capitalist companies. But who knows? I would bet that Space Force sees everything they're doing. So, yeah, good luck, Karmachek.